Event designers, DJs, lighting designers, all over the world jump from trend to trend to trend, always trying to stay ahead of the competition. We've gone from dance floor lighting to uplighting, monograms, even photo booths, which aren't even lighting or music related. So what is the next big trend? What is the big thing that's gonna make us money? Well, we've been sitting under it the entire time. That, my friends, is string lighting. Let's talk about the string lighting phenomenon and the ADJ Colorstrand on this episode of Gear It First. So string lighting, a lot of us have been doing that for quite some time. Some of you haven't even touched it. Some of you don't even want to mess with it. Why? Well, because up until not too long ago, it was still traditional bulbs, filaments, and those filaments were very fragile. But what happened is the bulb wouldn't exactly burn out. The filament would just get smaller because it would break off, and then it would touch another side of the filament. Magic happens. In other words, electricity, physics, and all that, but we're going to call it magic. And that filament gets shorter, but it connects itself because of that arc, right? Well, what happens when a filament gets shorter? It gets brighter because of the decreased resistance. So now what happens is you've got string lighting and you've got some bulbs that are brighter than others. Oh, you want to dim them? Yeah, you're gonna have to make a dimmer pack and you need to make sure it's up to code. Oh, yeah, they're also made out of glass. So you're gonna wind up having to buy bulbs constantly. We go through at least maybe 100, 200 bulbs every 4 or 5 months of use because they get destroyed either from transportation, unless you're gonna take each one out, which is horrible. And then everybody's now doing it. So it used to be something that was lucrative where I would see people in my area charge $3 a foot. Now it's $1 a foot because everybody can do it. Oh, and of course, now you can just go to Lowe's and get the bulbs and do it yourself. So that's great. But then you also have now the new LED ones that are basically just like traditional ones, and it's LED. Now that's great, except those LED bulbs are usually pretty cheap and they flicker a lot. Not even just on camera, but in person. Like if you move your head real fast, you see those LEDs flicker. So we stuck with the traditional, but then I had clients like, well, can you make the colors change? Yeah, those bulbs are really, really expensive. Up until now. Let's talk about the ADJ Colorstrand LED because it solves a lot of the problems that I just mentioned and keeps it at an affordable price. So first of all, what do you get with the Colorstrand LED? You get 30 of these really cool bulbs, which it ran away. So what do you get with it? Well, you get 30 feet of these guys right here. Check it out. And I've already entangled it up for you. But you know, with this, I'm not worried about if it's tangled up because I can quickly untangle it and I don't have to worry about the bulbs breaking. So, hey, that's perk number one right there. Now, in each of these strands here, you'll see every couple of feet, we've got a bulb. So on a string lighting that I just showed you in an earlier photo, those are really small bulbs. And we have to use a lot of them because they are so small and they draw about 5 to 10 watts each, depending on, how bright we have the dimmer pack on this. This at full brightness draws 6 watts, and these are pretty bright. So this is the bulb right here. It's an E27. Now what that means is that it's a standard bulb that pretty much fits in any socket. I can put this up on my ceiling fan if I wanted to. And actually I did that in the live video. But what's really unique is that each one of these has a little handy dandy 2.4 gigahertz connector that they all communicate to this here remote. Now the remote is super simple to use. On the top, you've got your on-off button, but if you hold on for maybe 3 or 4 seconds, all the lights turn into that soft, warm white. This little thing in the middle, that's not a button, that's just a little LED that shows you, hey, there's a reaction going on. We have our dimmer here. We have our different modes, basically programs. So I can click this to go across different programs and then hit the fast speed or the slow speed. And then you can quickly change the colors back to a solid color just by touching the wheel. Now on the back here, you've got these 4 zones. Basically, it allows you to program different light bulbs or different strands to individual zones. And it's pretty easy because when you first turn it on, you basically tap this on a few times and it programs it. And you do that for every set of bulbs that you want to program in. Once they're programmed, even if you unplug them and later plug them back in until you deprogram them, they pretty much remember what zone they were attached to. So basically, you've got your 4 individual channels. But when you get it out of the box, they all work on channel 1, so unless you're getting multiple strands or you're doing something overly fancy, you don't need to worry about it too much. All right, so I have to excuse the mess because I'm in the middle of redoing my office area. I went ahead and just hung a couple of them so you can see, and they are pretty bright, especially when you consider there's only a couple of bulbs plugged in and the room is pitch black. Now the remote, just as showed you earlier, you can switch around the color wheel. And the impressive part is that the color wheel and the bulbs are pretty much instantaneous as far as touching the color wheel, and the bulbs change color because I have at least 6 or 7 2.4 gigahertz networks in my home, not to mention what's around the neighborhood. The colors are just absolutely beautiful, especially that warm white, the oranges that you get out of it. It's because of that little diffuser cap that they put in there. And if you happen to completely bust one of your bulbs or one of them goes out on you, ADJ includes a couple of spares in there, so you don't have to worry about, you know, when an LED actually does burn out, if it ever. But again, beautiful colors, super bright. This is just a really, really cool product. So in my opinion, this is one of the cooler products ADJ has put out in a while because it's not traditional dance lighting, it's not uplighting, it's something completely out of the norm. And it gives you a lot of customization. You can see there I have one bulb way on the other side that I just mapped it to one switch, and now I have these on just a solid, really pretty candlelight type color, you know, your warm white. And I can tell the brides, like, look, we can change your colors for your first dance. We could do, let's say your colors are, you know, purple, so we can add a little purple out there. And then back when it's during dinner, now we go back into candle lighting mode. And I gotta tell you, this is not an opinion. This is a fact. I promise you. String lighting is the next big wedding trend. And that's why so many people are already doing it. You know, in some states, string lighting or market lighting or Italian string lighting, there's a lot of names for it. They're already doing it and they're making a lot of money doing it. It's a very vintage look, which is very big on weddings, but the Colorstrand LED allows you to target both those weddings, the one that shabby chic, whatever that means, all the way to the weddings that want a nightclub type feel. This can do one or the other, or like the taco girl says, why not both? So it's just an incredible product, super easy to use. And let's real quick talk about that outdoor rating. It's IP44. So what that means is that if you are holding it like this, you'll be fine because the water trickles down, goes around, you're fine. If you're an idiot and you do it like this, which really, why would you do it like this? But if you do it like this, then you should know the water will go in here, and that is no bueno. Do not do that. That is a gear it first, no. Don't do that. But as long as you do it like this, you'll be fine. And remember that the Colorstrand offers additional flexibility by using the E27 socket. E stands for Edison. It would be T for Tesla had Edison not killed Tesla. But because Edison did all that, it's called the Edison socket. So no, you have the E27 socket, and that's it. You can plug it in, use it. There's really not much more to say except that it's a really cool product, and for the price and the return of investment that you get, that should be on your next to buy list right away. And if you're a DJ and you're watching this video, think outside the box because this product is so easy to use. You can use it as a rental. You can use it at your, for example, if you're doing the bridal shows and you want to build a perimeter. Now we've done that. You know, we'll have our pipe and drape in the back. We do a couple pipe and drape poles in the front, and then we'll do the string lighting all the way around. I can't wait to use the Colorstrand LED. And it's so easy to use again because you've got this remote. That means I don't have to deal with any kind of DMX or any programming. It's just simple, plug and play, good to go. Absolutely love it. That is the new ADJ Colorstrand LED. Now, as always, my name is Ronaldo of Gear It First. You guys got to do me one favor. If you are watching this and you are not subscribed to Gear It First, pound that subscribe button. That is what YouTube cares about. They don't care about content. They don't even care how much money you throw at them. All they care about is, are people subscribing? Do that. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down if you're a loser. I don't care, but do something. And most importantly, after you do the subscribe button and the little thumbs up, leave a comment below. Do you currently do string lighting? Tell other people what you've done. If you want to tell us how much you charge, by all means, I would love to see some discussion down there. So a lot of reviews are coming in. I actually have quite a bit of product that I want to show you guys. Things are going to pour in a little bit slowly because I am entering my homecoming season, but I will also be uploading some gig logs showing the new Colorstrand LED in action. So this is one of the first reviews where I don't have gig footage because I was so excited to show it to you, and I've already torture tested it by dropping it multiple times, but that's not the point. The point is that I know it works and it's a cool product, and I can tell you that there's a lot more coming where that came from. So again, Arnaldo Wolfman, gear it first, be one of the cool kids, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, have a good night, and God bless.